How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Chelsea against Arsenal. It just feels like there's a big game after big game after big game at the moment. And when I was taking a look at this, I know I've mentioned it so many times, but when I've genuinely sat down and looked at the fixture schedule, I'm like, what we've been given is insane. I've never actually seen this kind of run of games before, and you can look at it one or two ways. Like we said, if you go and lose loads of them, then you could be out of everything before it's even got started. I don't think we're at that point. Or you can get through them, still be within touching distance and say, you know what, you've got all those games to come, we'll be waiting. So yeah, away from home, you know, once we've done this one against Chelsea, we would have played Aston Villa away, Spurs away, Man City away. And then, of course, last time out, we had Newcastle away. Some difficult away games. We got Liverpool right at the back end of the season. And there is still Manchester United, but we don't know where they will be under the new manager or anything by the time we play them. So when you look at that, you're probably saying to yourself, you know what, you take that. And like I said, 7 points behind Liverpool. At the time of me recording this, Man City, you know, they haven't played their game yet. And Liverpool haven't played their game yet. So by the time this comes out, we'll know what's going on in that situation. Could we be, 10 points behind Liverpool? Could we, have an opening? We don't know. But all we can do right now is just worry about ourselves. Get our job done. And right now, we're in this little patch where things are not looking great. Things are not rosy. There's a bit of discontent with the minority of the fan base, shall we say. Just because there's a loud amount of them online doesn't mean it's a majority. It's very much a minority. But yeah, the football hasn't been great. We're missing Martin Odegaard massively, but he is back now. On the flip side, we could be without Declan Rice. What's the situation? Defensively, we look like we're pretty much back to full strength bar Calafiori. And then we're going into the international break. Now, one thing that I always say is that going into the international break, what you don't want is to go into it on the back of a defeat. Because you've got to sit there for 2 weeks, watch a load of crap international football, and you're stewing and just wondering about what happened before. So if you can go into it with a win, and if you can go to somewhere like Stamford Bridge, for a side that are under a new manager, they're having a decent enough season. They're above us in the league on goal difference as well at the moment. It will put everything in, good stead moving forward, shall we say. There's going to be some question marks over Cole Palmer. Is he going to be available? I do think he will be. After that tackle by Martinez last week, which should have been a red card. I don't know how the guy keeps getting away with it. But yeah, listen, Chelsea have got some dangerous players. But at the same time, Chelsea will be, worrying about us and what we're capable of doing. What will Mikel Arteta do with the Odegaard situation? The one thing I will say is that whatever happens, you've got to start Odegaard or Nwaneri, one of the two. You can't be going into this game with that kind of midfield where you've got either Moreno or Rice and Partey and Trossard in the 10 and stop. There's question marks over Kai Havertz because of the cut on his head that he got at the end of the game against Inter Milan, but I do think he will be fine. But yeah, it's that kind of number 10 role, shall we say, that Martin Odegaard position. I feel that if Odegaard is back and ready, and he would have had more minutes on the training pitch since we've come back, and he came off the bench, played around about 5 minutes against Inter Milan, just start him. If he's ready, start him. If not, play Nwaneri. It's as simple as that. So it's good. A big game. Always is. Chelsea-Arsenal. And yeah, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, David Raya, straightforward. Right back, Ben White, again, straightforward. Right centre back, William Saliba. Left centre back, Gabriel. And left back, Jurrien Timber. So that, for me, is very straightforward. And you can have a debate over Calafiori. But that's pretty much solid, you know, our first choice backline with the goalkeeper and everything else. So there's no excuses at all. In front of them, Thomas Partey, one player that has, you know, come out of this kind of bad patch that we're in with his head held higher than others, shall we say. So for me, I'll play him in this game. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka struggled in Inter Milan. It's not very often you see European sides double up on Saka like they do in the Premier League, but they did. And I think it just shows how good he is, that teams have to do this, because if you leave him 1v1, he'll destroy you. And even teams like Inter Milan are wary of that. Next to him, I'm going to go with Martin Odegaard. If he's fit and he's back, then play him. Might only get 60, 65 minutes or whatever in his legs, and then you could swap him for a Wanyeri. Play him. It's as simple as that. Him starting the game, he's the captain. Just him back there could bring everybody together. It could lift everybody. And listen, these are the kind of games when you need somebody to be, able to open the door, shall we say. He starts for me. Next to him, Declan Rice. Question marks over his fitness. There's all kinds of talk. I don't know what the situation is. Moreno, for me, is not up to speed at the Premier League yet. Heard he was ill, which is why he actually came off against Inter Milan. Why did he start the game? But no, if Declan Rice is fit, he plays. It's as simple as that. On the left-hand side, Martinelli. I don't think we have much choice. We can't even, look at the option of Raheem Sterling to get a run out, because he's ineligible for this game as he's on loan from Chelsea, so he can't play against his parent club. So for anybody that would like to ask that question or wonder, that's why he won't be involved in this game, because he can't. So that kind of eliminates that quite quickly and easily. And anybody else can play there? No. Trossard ain't going to play there, that's for sure. He's been absolute pony. And I've said it before, play him as a sub, bring him on, impact, works so much better. Up front, as the main striker, I'm going to go with Kai Havertz. And I know there's some question marks over him because of the cut on his head that he received at the end of the game against Inter. But I feel he will be fine and he will be fit and he will want to play against his former club and he will want to score goals like he did last time out against Chelsea when we beat them 5-0. So, listen, I think that's a very strong lineup. That's pretty much full strength. I think that is full strength. That's, no excuses. Absolutely none. No doubt we'll moan about the ref at some point. I will anyway. But, listen, that's a strong lineup. That's a strong lineup. That's enough to go to Chelsea and win. Go there and lay down a marker. Make a statement. Do something, Arsenal, please. Okay? Can't have you ruining my weekend again. Not used to it over the last couple of years because we've been doing so good. Now all of a sudden, you're ruining my weekends. Stop. Let's get back to what we know best. Winning games. Let's be tight. Let's score goals. And let's do what we do. Please. I've always got 2 weeks of listening to rats and absolute little planks talking absolute shite. Clowns. Absolute clowns. I'd love to debate every single one of them. They'd lost 5 seconds. Forgotten more about this club than they know. Bunch of rats. But listen, let's see what happens. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.